The unfortunate death of our sister, friend and colleague, the Honorable Hellen Nakimuli, is very, very disturbing and shocking. Some of us who worked closely with her over the last couple of years, both in and out of Parliament, will miss her immensely. She was a very committed legislator, and also a few that are knowledgeable and quite committed to doing the work of a legislator. Her father is a good friend of mine. I extend very deep sympathies to him for the loss of a daughter who has risen to prominence, but also one fighting for her community, a community of her origins. We shall miss Helen. I remember her as one of the members of Parliament under my leadership that worked tirelessly to ensure that the violation of rights of fishermen and all citizens at the landing sites and islands and lake shores are respected, where their rights are respected. She made statements on the floor of Parliament. We moved a motion together to investigate the violations, even when it never got the kind of reception we had wanted in Parliament. But she was very committed, most importantly. She was never acrimonious or vengeful. Was always a very happy woman, very sociable. We will miss her, especially in this environment of very corrosive politics. May the Lord receive her in eternity.
Thank you.
The what?
You're going to tell us also the way she met her death in the surgery. There's a way you talk about it down there.
Really, we are in a sorrow moment. It's a pity. It's a tragedy countrywide, but more so to us members of Parliament. Losing a young Jingatic leader like Honorable Nachimuli, it's a total loss. It's a mess to the entire country. She's one of those younger MPs that are so brilliant, vibrant, and focused on national issues without any merit, fear, or favor. So going at such an earlier age where the country needs her the more, it's actually a pity, and it leaves everybody traumatized and in great sorrow. I came to hear about her death. It was yesterday on Sunday, 19th. While I was in church by 10 a.m., the Honorable Nachimuli sent me a text reminding me to attend the meeting in the leaders of opposition body room to give in our views on the protection of sovereignty bill, which is antagonistic. So I gave in my confirmation by 11 a.m. for my presence. And it is a pity that by noon at 12 p.m., 5 minutes passed, she came and responded to me, "All right, Honorable, thank you for the positive response. Kindly help me inform others." That was the last communication I made with her. It is surprising that by 5:27 minutes past, our principal, Kyagulanyi Sentamu, had already posted about her death. It was a shocking moment. It left us traumatized, with no breath, with no mind at all. Losing a person of caliber of Nachimuli, who has been so social, brilliant, brave, focused, Christianity loving, Buganda loving, patriotic, has been loving her voters so much, and whichever she has been doing has been executing it to the best of her understanding. Really, it is a total mess, and we feel like we have been left and torn apart. Amongst the few numbers we have in opposition from the ladies' side, actually she has been one of the most pronouncing important number that you wouldn't miss. This one diminishes our efforts and the spirited fight on the floor of Parliament, which is all about numbers. We are praying towards the nation to strengthen us, and more so to give strength to the people of Kalangala, who voted her for us, and we pray that may the Almighty God still guide you when that process comes, so that we make a restoration of the new face of Nachimuli. Nachimuli has been one of the few Orthodox members in the Parliament. Actually, there have been two, with the Honorable Sechkubo, who lost in the previous elections. Nachimuli had made it and won vigorously, had not registered any petition from any of his contenders, implying that her winning was overwhelming and convinced everyone that actually she deserved it and deserved to represent the people of Kalangala.
Just accomplished several meetings together with the family and Parliament and many other stakeholders. Briefly, we shall be leaving for Kalangala today at 2 p.m. Via Nachiwogo in Tebe, and thereafter we shall be at Kalangala, where we shall spend a vigil at the district headquarters, and tomorrow morning we shall be having council at Kalangala District Council. Thereafter, in the evening, Nachimuli, the late, will be brought back. The late's body is going to be brought back, and then we shall come to Parliament on Wednesday morning. Thereafter, we shall go to NUP headquarters. At night, we shall be having vigil at Ndea Namwona home. And thereafter, in the morning of Thursday, we shall be having prayers at Namwona Orthodox Church, which after we shall go to Luwelo burial grounds. Thank you.
Member of Parliament is one thing that is unusual here, especially to members of Parliament. But to me, a member of Parliament from Kalangala, with whom we have been representing Kalangala together with Nachimuli. Nachimuli has been exceptional. She was a member of Parliament with whom we wanted to change Kalangala. Islands, with their peculiar geographical and other challenges, have been one that on an ordinary day-to-day basis, you had to speak about them such that the government appreciates and helps. Nachimuli was very instrumental on discussing how we could change water transport, how water transport can be accessible and usable. She has been also instrumental on how we can reduce accidents on the water by marking the black spots on the water. Naturally, the fishing sector misses her voice. She will miss her voice because she has been very agitative on how government can make fishing industry inclusive to all of us. And finally, I know, much as she has gone, the sovereignty bill that is before us in Parliament here, she had even summoned us as members of Parliament in the opposition to discuss our stand and a common position. The sovereignty bill, maybe members of Parliament in the opposition and the NRM would look at her paper, the paper she had drafted for all of us to benefit, and have her feelings and opinions respected in that bill.
Thank you so much.
Well, I wouldn't want to indulge into what are the causes and starting to impeach the health facility. Death is death. I am a Christian. I believe that at one time there is a destiny and you have to die at a specific time. So whether the clinic was professional, I don't want to indulge into that. I haven't looked at the post-mortem yet. Right now we are grieving to having lost a colleague, but we also appeal because this was an unsuccessful surgery. So we are yet to know, but death is death. Let us just stand together, we stand firm. But when we get the post-mortem report, we can be able to indulge into such.
But now in English, the first thing to say.
This morning we are grieved with the loss of our colleague, the Honorable Nakimuli Helen, the woman MP of Kalangala. It's very saddening, a very young and energetic leader, exemplary. She was in opposition, belonging to the National Unity Platform. I belong to the NRM, I speak for the caucus of the NRM, but we've been uniting. She's been a sportswoman, she has won lots of trophies for this parliament in the East African Parliament Games. She's been a vocal and standing voice and a good Christian. I remember when we hosted the patriarch of the Orthodox Church in Zimbabwe. He has been at the RM, he has been advocating for the fisher community. So we condole with the family, with the National Unity Platform, the Parliament of Uganda, and the people of Kalangala that are even re-elected her. Honorable Helen, you've been a strong pillar. We shall miss you. God be with you till we meet again.
MP Soroti City East. We have, with profound shock and sorrow, received the news of the passing on of our honorable colleague, the Honorable Hellen Nakimuli, District Woman Representative of Kalangala District, which occurred yesterday in the evening. It is very disheartening and very sad to lose a friend, to lose a colleague at this time. Honorable Nachimuli was just not a colleague member of parliament. She was a friend, and a friend to so many people here. Indeed, when you hear the initial story that is being told about how she got to hospital, she drove herself there for a procedure that I'm sure even in her own thinking was one which was a usual minor procedure, because when somebody does that, they believe that all is going to go well. And then the next time you hear about the story is that it ends with somebody that drove themselves is going to come back when he's being carried in a casket. Is extremely painful and disappointing. Disappointing in the sense that we believe that there was still a long journey for us with her in the leadership of this country. Why? Because she was a very tenacious person, an intelligent legislator, an eloquent public speaker, but much more so with excellent interpersonal skills. For those of us who had the opportunity to work with the Honorable Hellen Nakimuli, we saw that she was one of the most active members of parliament, not just inside the floor, but also in as far as extracurricular activities are concerned. She was a basketballer, a volleyballer, a netballer. She used to play squash. She was involved in every aspect of the parliamentary sports club. So we will miss a friend who has been very dominant in our lives. We thank God that she had won an election to return to the 12th parliament, but it is that destiny is such that we cannot define on the day when we are born and also the day we leave the earth. So we continue to pray for her, that she may receive an internal peaceful repose in heaven. But it's fundamental that we ask a few questions of whether or not whatever was supposed to be done in that health facility, which we are told is Alexandra Medical Center somewhere in Mulago. I don't know what it is. I have not been there. I cannot judge them. But as a normal human, as a leader in Uganda, as a legislator, questions need to be asked. Did everything else get handled professionally, or are there some questions that need to be answered? I believe that those responsible for the management and maintenance of health service delivery in this country may have a thing or two to tell the members of parliament when finally our colleague comes for our final tribute to her in the house. I thank you, and may her soul rest in peace.
Thank you, Honorable.
My I'm Silas Augon. I'm the MP for Kumi Municipality. I'm here to talk about the late and the Honorable Nachimuli Helen, District Woman Representative for Kalangala District, a person who was so dear to us. And with me here, I have a photo that we took together here. It's like when somebody is leaving this world, something always unique happens. We've got stories of many people giving testimonies on their last time with Helen. I last met her right here where we're taking this interview on the 1st of April, this very month. At that time, because she's a volleyballer, I did ask her to come for training in Lugogo, join us. And she said she was not yet ready, she was still busy. I asked her to come. She said she was not yet very well. I was insisting and saying she needs to come because even if she didn't play, but just her presence at the field would give an inspiration to the rest of the players to reconverge after elections and train. Helen has been a pillar, leave alone this politics of ours, but in the sports fraternity, specifically volleyball, because one, she was the person who was our captain for the women's volleyball team in the Parliament of Uganda. And that team has been performing very well. Just last year, the women team won gold. They got the trophy. Last year, but one, they were the finals. The other year, they still won a trophy. And that was because of the influence that Helen had on that team. So she was a sports leader, a serious sports leader. Leave alone volleyball, she was also a very good netballer. And she has been doing well and influencing the entire parliamentary sports club. Honorable Helen was the president of Kobap Uganda Volleyball Club. And as we talk right now, UVF, the Uganda Volleyball Federation, is as well requesting that actually they should be given an opportunity to have the body in Lugogo for people to view, because the sports fraternity really was so close to her and she was so close to sports. We know her as a person who was so dedicated to the service of the people of Kalangala, not only Kalangala, but to the people of Uganda. And one outstanding thing that I knew her for was the fight for our people to get ambulances on the waters. I remember one time Helen asking about what the minister is going to do about supporting the people in Kalangala, because for them, they are surrounded by waters. How will they be supported by ambulances? So today, if you see an ambulances on waters, I don't know how to call them, but in order to ease the movement of the patients across the water bodies, we needed to have such facilitation. And Helen has been so instrumental in pushing for that. She's a person who has been relating very well with the rest of the members of parliament. She's been attending committees, and she's been in a parliament in attendance always and participating fully. She's a person who was dedicated to the service of this country. We miss Helen. She was a person whom we saw was the future for this country. She was kind, she was humble, she was outgoing, she was open to everyone. She didn't have this issue of being in cliques, but she was always building networks for the good of this country. We will for sure miss her. We will for sure miss her contribution in sports. And particularly, we miss her and her contribution in the volleyball, because she was our captain for the ladies, and she did very well. And she also encouraged us, the volleyballers who are men in parliament. And that is the Helen that we are talking about. May God raise her soul in eternity. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable.
Okufa kwa Honorable Nachimal kitegeeza ki wanga lifiiridwa kyenkana ki
simanyi naye kizito kyakwogerako of course. Helen enfaaye ekyamazima tetegeerekeka, yatukubye wala nnyo just lwakuba nti nzeko wano ne mwambushinga, but sinokwogera, sobola kwogera ku Helen cause bond gye mbadde ne Helen, first of all it has been more than even a friend but rather sisterhood, being it nti ffenna tuzaalibwa ku bizinga ate nga tukiikirira abantu ba mu bizinga. Kyatukubye wala nnyo, one as a country cause teri yakisuubidde nti oba Helen agenda kufa, nti oba yabadde cause nga leader of opposition yabagamba nti ayogeddeko naye n'amugamba nti yavuga n'okwevuga okwetwala mu ddwaliro, then n'amugamba if you're not feeling well maybe I can use Honorable Susan okubanga apassinga message yabadde ayagala okupasinga to members of parliament when we were preparing for